Here's what nobody tells you about dating older women. That 42-year-old divorcee at your gym isn't playing the same games as the 25-year-old on Tinder. She's not impressed by your car, your abs, or your potential. She's seen it all, heard every line, and divorced the guy who had everything but gave nothing. If you're trying to attract a mature woman using the same playbook that works on college girls, you're already failing. Let me explain what actually triggers desire in women who've lived long enough to know exactly what they want. The biggest mistake men make is thinking age is the barrier. It's not. The barrier is that you're approaching her like she's just an older version of the younger women. She's not. She's psychologically, emotionally, and sexually a completely different creature. She's evolved past the bullshit, and if you don't understand that evolution, you're invisible to her. I had a client, 28 years old, completely fixated on his 41-year-old colleague. Smart, successful, elegant. He tried everything that worked on women his age, playing it cool, waiting 3 days to text, negging, creating jealousy. She didn't even notice. Why? Because these tactics are transparent to someone who's been through a marriage, a divorce, and probably a dozen relationships she sees through games like glass. The understanding between generations is crucial. Younger women are often figuring themselves out, seeking validation, building identity. Older women? They know exactly who they are. They've already been validated, disappointed, rebuilt. They're not looking for someone to complete them. They're complete. They're looking for someone who enhances what's already there. This emotional maturity changes everything about attraction. She doesn't want to decode mixed signals or wonder if you're interested. She doesn't have time for 3-date rules or playing hard to get. A mature woman values directness because she's learned that life's too short for confusion. If you're interested, show it. If you're not, leave. The games younger people play aren't mysterious to her. They're exhausting. I watched this play out recently at a restaurant bar, professional networking event. Young guy trying to impress an older woman with mysterious behaviour, looking away when she looked at him, giving vague answers. She literally turned to her friend and said, "I don't have time for boys who don't know what they want." Then she walked over to a man who'd been making direct eye contact and simply said, "I noticed you too." That's mature woman communication. The confidence and self-assurance factor cannot be overstated. But here's the thing, it's not the fake confidence young guys project. It's not peacocking or aggressive posturing. Mature women can smell fake confidence like burnt coffee. They want genuine self-assurance that comes from knowing yourself, your value, and your direction. She's not looking for someone trying to be impressive. She's looking for someone who simply is. Confidence with older women manifests differently. It's walking up and introducing yourself without a pickup line. It's maintaining eye contact without being creepy. It's disagreeing with her respectfully when you actually disagree. It's suggesting plans instead of asking, "What do you want to do?" It's being comfortable with silence. These subtle displays of self-assurance are what trigger her interest. The decisiveness is particularly important. Older women have dealt with enough indecisive men who couldn't choose a restaurant, let alone a life path. When you make decisions quickly and calmly, you're signalling that you can handle life. I made reservations at 7, Italian place downtown. Wear something nice. Not asking permission, not seeking approval, just leading. This isn't about being controlling, it's about being capable. Communication and intellectual engagement are where younger men often fail completely. That's surface-level conversation about Netflix shows and weekend plans. She's bored already. She wants to discuss ideas, experiences, perspectives. She wants to know what drives you, what you've learned, what you're building. The depth of conversation is itself a form of foreplay for mature women. I coached a 30-year-old who couldn't understand why his 44-year-old date seemed disinterested despite physical attraction. I had him record their conversation, with consent. 40 minutes of him talking about video games, crypto, and his gym routine. Not once did he ask about her experiences, her perspectives, her passions. He was having a young man's conversation with a woman who'd outgrown that decade ago. The intellectual stimulation isn't about being pretentious. It's about genuine curiosity and exchange. Ask her about her career pivots, not just her job. Discuss the books that changed her perspective, not just what she's reading. Share your failures and what they taught you, not just your successes. This emotional and intellectual depth creates connection that transcends age gaps. Authenticity and class need to work together. You might think older women want James Bond sophistication. Some do, but most want something better, genuine sophistication, that means being comfortable in upscale environments without pretending you're someone you're not. If you don't know wine, don't pretend. Say, I'm still learning about wine. What do you recommend? Confidence includes admitting what you don't know. The balance between refinement and authenticity is delicate. Yes, dress better. Yes, have good manners. Yes, understand basic etiquette. But don't create a persona. If you're naturally casual and fun-loving, be the best-dressed, most well-mannered version of that. Don't pretend to be a different person. She's had enough of men who turned out to be someone else entirely. Here's what men don't understand about experience and emotional awareness in older women. She knows exactly what she wants in bed, in life, and in love. She's had enough bad sex to know what good sex requires. She's had enough failed relationships to know what success needs. This awareness is intimidating if you're insecure, but it's a gift if you're ready to receive it. The sexual confidence of mature women is something else entirely. She's not playing coy about desire. If she wants you, you'll know. But here's the catch. She wants you to match that energy. She's not interested in teaching a nervous boy how to be a man. She wants someone who can meet her awareness with equal confidence and sensual understanding. This doesn't mean being aggressive or presumptuous. It means reading her signals accurately and responding appropriately. When she touches your arm, touch her back. When she holds eye contact, don't look away first. When she mentions being free Friday night, make the plan. She's giving you green lights. Your job is to drive through them, not question if they're really green leadership and initiative separate men from boys in her eyes. This isn't about dominance or control, it's about capability. Can you plan an evening? Can you handle logistics? Can you navigate problems smoothly? She's been the one managing everything for years. Kids, career, household. If she's dating younger, she wants someone who can take the wheel sometimes. A client learned this the hard way. Took an older woman out, kept asking, "Is this okay? Do you like this place? Should we go somewhere else?" She finally said, "If you don't want to be here, let's leave." But stop asking me to validate your choices. Harsh but true. She wanted him to own his decisions, not seek maternal approval for everything. The planning and preparation aspect shows competence. Make the reservation, know the parking situation, have a backup plan if the first place is closed, check the weather, and suggest appropriate clothing. These aren't grand gestures, they're basic adulting. But they signal that you can handle life's logistics, which is surprisingly attractive to women who've dealt with men who couldn't. Avoiding insecurity or neediness is absolutely critical. Mature women have already raised their children. They don't want to raise you too. Constantly seeking validation, fishing for compliments, or needing emotional reassurance is the fastest way to kill attraction. She wants a partner, not a project. The emotional independence you need to display isn't coldness, it's stability. You're happy to see her, but your day wasn't ruined without her. You enjoy her company, but you have your own life. You value her opinion, but make your own decisions. This balance shows you want her, but don't need her, which is exactly where mature women want you to be. The validation-seeking behaviour that younger women might find cute is repulsive to older women. Do you think I'm attractive? Are you having fun? Do you like me? These questions signal insecurity that she's too experienced to find appealing. Your attractiveness should be evident in your behaviour, not confirmed through questions. The emotional stability test happens early. She'll mention something challenging, her ex, her kids, her career stress, and watch how you respond. Do you panic? Do you try to fix everything? Do you get jealous or insecure? Or do you listen calmly, respond thoughtfully, and maintain your composure? Your reaction tells her everything about your emotional maturity. Here's something crucial about mature women and their past. She has decades of history, relationships, maybe marriages, possibly children, career changes, life experiences. This isn't baggage, it's depth. If you're threatened by her past, you're not ready for her present. The right response to her history is curiosity and respect, not competition or insecurity. The life experience gap needs to be acknowledged without being emphasized. Yes, she's lived more life. She's probably traveled more, experienced more, learned more. But you bring fresh perspective, different experiences, new energy. Don't apologize for being younger. Own what your age brings while respecting what hers provides. Sensual confidence and sexual assertiveness require calibration. Older women appreciate directness, but not crudeness. Saying, "You're incredibly sexy," when the moment is right hits different than juvenile comments about her body. It's mature appreciation, not boyish excitement. She wants to feel desired by a man, not lusted after by a boy. The sexual confidence needs to extend beyond words. When the moment arrives, and you'll know because she's not subtle, act decisively. Don't ask permission for every escalation like you're reading a consent form. Read her body language, respond to her energy, and lead with confidence. She's already decided she wants you. Don't make her convince you. I know this sounds contradictory to modern consent culture, but mature women operate differently. They communicate boundaries clearly and expect you to proceed with confidence within those boundaries. If she's kissing you back passionately, she doesn't want you to stop and ask if you can touch her. She wants you to touch her like you know what you're doing. The growth through experience mindset is what makes this work long-term. Every interaction with an older woman teaches you something if you're paying attention. She's not just a conquest or a fantasy. She's an education in emotional intelligence, sensual awareness, and genuine connection. Approach it as learning, not hunting. The personal development aspect is huge. Dating older women forces you to level up. You can't be lazy in conversation, sloppy in appearance, or weak in decision-making. She'll call you out or simply lose interest. This pressure creates growth. You become more articulate, more decisive, more aware. You're not just dating, you're evolving. The mutual benefit and exchange needs to be understood. She's not doing you a favour by dating younger. You bring things she values: energy, optimism, fresh perspective, physical vitality. She brings experience, wisdom, emotional stability, and sexual confidence. It's a trade, and both sides need to benefit for it to work. Younger men often undervalue what they bring. Your enthusiasm isn't immaturity if channeled right. Your energy isn't exhausting if directed properly. Your different perspective isn't naive if grounded in respect. Don't apologise for your age. Own what it brings while respecting what she offers. The psychological seduction through understanding is the masterclass. Really seeing her, not as an older woman, but as a complete person with specific desires, fears, and needs. Most men see the category, not the individual. They think older woman and apply generic strategies. But she's not a type. She's a person who happens to be older. Understanding her actual motivations changes everything. Maybe she's dating younger because men her age are bitter and broken from divorce. Maybe she wants energy and adventure after years of stagnation. Maybe she's exploring a different dynamic after always being with older men. Understand her specific why, not the generic older woman narrative. The empathy component is crucial but different. It's not emotional caretaking. She can handle her own emotions. It's understanding without fixing, seeing without saving. When she shares something difficult, don't rush to solve it. She's handled harder things than you can imagine. Just understand and appreciate the sharing. Here's a practical framework that works. First meeting. Display confidence through direct approach and genuine conversation. Show interest in her perspectives and experiences. Make concrete plans if there's mutual interest. Don't play waiting games with communication. Early dating. Take initiative in planning, but be flexible to her preferences. Engage intellectually. Share ideas. Debate respectfully. Explore topics deeply. Maintain your own life and interests. Don't become instantly available for everything. Build sexual tension through confidence, not juvenile tactics. Relationship development. Respect her independence while offering genuine partnership. Learn her communication style and match it. Appreciate her experience without being intimidated by it. Maintain the confidence that attracted her. Don't become needy once comfortable. The common mistakes to avoid are predictable. Don't constantly reference the age gap. She knows how old she is. Don't assume she wants marriage and babies. Many older women are past that. Don't be intimidated by her success or experience. She chose you despite or because of the difference. Don't try to compete with her past. Her ex-husband had 20 years to disappoint her. You can't compete with history and shouldn't try. Don't mother seek. She's not there to heal your childhood wounds. Don't assume she's desperate. Older women often have more options than younger ones, just different options. The reality check about sexual dynamics. Older women often have higher sex drives than younger women, but they're selective about partners. They know what works for their bodies and aren't interested in bad sex. They communicate directly about desires but expect you to execute confidently. The combination of experience and continued desire creates incredible potential if you can match it. The emotional intelligence required is significant. You need to recognize subtle cues, understand complex emotions, navigate real-life complications. She might have children, an ex-husband, a complex career. These aren't obstacles, they're reality. If you can't handle complexity, you can't handle a mature woman. The confidence building necessary for this isn't fake it till. The communication mastery needed goes beyond words. It's timing, tone, and subtext. Knowing when to text and when to call. Understanding when she needs space versus tension. Reading between lines without creating drama. This intuitive communication develops through attention and practice. The respect factor cannot be overstated. Respect her time. She has responsibilities. Respect her experience. She's lived more life. Respect her boundaries. She knows what she wants and doesn't want. Respect her independence. She doesn't need saving. This foundational respect is what separates men who succeed from boys who fail. The integration of all these elements creates genuine attraction. It's not one thing that makes an older woman desire you. It's the complete package of confidence, awareness, respect, and capability. You can't fake this combination. You either develop it or you don't. Let me give you a real example of this working. Client, 31 years old, interested in his 45-year-old yoga instructor. Instead of hitting on her after class like everyone else, he approached her at a coffee shop where she was reading, started a conversation about the book, shared his own perspective, made her laugh with clever observations. When she mentioned she hadn't been to a new exhibition at the local gallery, he didn't ask if she wanted to go sometime. He said, "I'm going Saturday afternoon. You should join me." Not aggressive, but decisive. She appreciated the confidence and direct approach. They spent 3 hours at the gallery, discussing art and life. He listened more than he talked. At dinner after, when she mentioned her divorce, he didn't offer sympathy or solutions. He said, "That must have taken incredible strength to navigate," acknowledging her capability, not her victimhood. When she asked about his age, he said, "Old enough to know what I want, young enough to go after it." Confident, not defensive. When the evening ended, he walked her to her car, maintained eye contact and said, "I want to see you again. Friday night, there's a jazz place I think you'd love." Not asking, stating intention while giving her room to decline. She didn't decline. They've been together 8 months now. The transformation this requires isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself faster than natural development would dictate. Older women accelerate your growth by demanding better. Not through ultimatums, but through standards. You either rise to meet them, or you're left behind. The societal programming you need to overcome is significant. You've been told older women are desperate, easy, or damaged. Reality, they're often more selective, harder to impress, and more emotionally intelligent than anyone you've dated. The stereotypes will make you approach wrong if you believe them. The biological realities also matter. Yes, fertility windows exist. Yes, menopause is real. Yes, bodies change with age. But assuming every older woman is baby crazy or sexually diminished is ignorant. Many are in their sexual prime, free from pregnancy concerns, and more adventurous than ever. Meet the individual, not your assumptions. The confidence to pursue what you want regardless of social opinion is crucial. Your friends might not understand. Your family might question it. Society might judge. But if you're attracted to older women, own it. The confidence to pursue your genuine desires despite external opinion is itself attractive to mature women. The practical logistics need consideration. She might have different life rhythms, earlier dinners, different social circles, various responsibilities. Flexibility without losing yourself is key. You adapt without becoming shapeless. You accommodate without sacrificing your own needs and identity. The long-term potential varies greatly. Some older women want fun and adventure with no serious commitment. Others are looking for genuine partnership. Some want to explore dynamics impossible with men their age. Understanding what she's actually seeking, not what you assume she wants, determines success. The sexual dynamics deserve special mention. Older women often know exactly what works for them sexually and aren't shy about communicating it. This is a gift if you're confident enough to receive it. She's not criticizing your performance, she's optimizing mutual pleasure. Listen, learn, and apply without ego. The emotional availability required is different from emotional dependency. She wants you present and engaged, but not needy and clingy. Available for deep connection, but maintaining your own emotional center. It's a balance younger women rarely require, but older women absolutely expect. The advancement in your own development from dating older women is measurable. You become better at conversation, more confident in decision-making, more aware of emotional dynamics. These skills transfer to every area of life. You're not just improving your dating life, you're improving yourself. The recognition of value exchange prevents resentment. You're not doing her a favor by being young. She's not doing you a favor by being experienced. Both parties bring unique value. Understanding this prevents the power imbalances that kill attraction. You're equals with different strengths. The authenticity requirement is non-negotiable. Older women have highly developed bullshit detectors. They've heard every line, seen every act, experienced every type of deception. Being genuine isn't just recommended. It's the only thing that works. She'd rather see your real flaws than fake perfection. The patience needed is strategic, not passive. You're patient with her life complexity while being decisive in your intentions. You give her space while maintaining presence. You respect her pace while leading when appropriate. It's active patience, not passive waiting. The ultimate truth about attracting older women is this: become a man worth their time, not perfect but developed. Not complete but conscious. Not her everything, but something valuable and unique. The age gap isn't the challenge. The maturity gap is. The investment in yourself pays dividends beyond dating. The skills you develop pursuing older women — confidence, communication, emotional intelligence, leadership — these improve every aspect of your life. You become more successful professionally, more connected socially, more satisfied personally. The respect for female experience that develops changes how you see all women. You stop seeing age as decline and start seeing it as development. You stop fearing female confidence and start appreciating it. You stop avoiding complexity and start embracing it. Remember this: older women aren't looking for boys pretending to be men. They're looking for men comfortable being themselves while continuing to grow. The confidence to be imperfect but improving. The wisdom to learn from her experience without being diminished by it. The strength to match her energy without trying to dominate it. I want to hear from you guys. What's been your experience with age gaps? What worked? What didn't? What did you learn about yourself through dating older women? Drop your stories in the comments. Let's have a real conversation about attraction that transcends age. Because when it's done right, age really doesn't matter, maturity does.